Now let us move to the next part, that is wells. Okay. Right now we can see there is no wells. We can create a well. We can manually make the water where all the corporations are required. All these things we can do. But let us say that means we can define the trajectory as well as the position and as well as the preparation manually into this model. But in this particular examples, we are having a trajectory file as well as a preparation file. Okay, that trajectory as well as preparation file, it will give the exact trajectory as well as the position of the perforation for this particular reservoir. Let me show you that file. Trajectory. Okay. In trajectory files, if you open this file, in the first column you can first find the well 1, 2, 3, the total vertical depth, x coordinate, y coordinates, x from the surface, x from the surface, y from the surface. All these coordinates are given in this file. So we can directly input this file. We can see well 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Total 10 wells are there. 10 well trajectories are there in this file. Okay, that means it basically is the coordinates of those trajectory of those wells. Okay, total 10 wells are there. We can directly incorporate this well trajectory into our model. Okay, so let's do that. First click on the wells, and from here we can go well trajectories, and we can select the well trajectories from here. Okay, and we have seen it's a table format. That means the different formats well trajectories will be available. Right now we have a table format, and it is in feet. The dimensions are in feet, and so let us select that one. So here it is. Okay, here. Let's open that one. Then click next. Some warnings are there. That means that some values may not be available in that file. There is no issue for that. Okay, let's okay. So we have seen all these wells over here. Okay, and we will clear all the existing trajectories. As of now, there is no trajectory, but we will clear all the existing trajectories in normal cases. Okay, then next, all the wells are there. Well name, if you want to change the well name, we can change it over here. Let it be the default well name. Let's finish this particular operation. Okay, so now you can see there are 10 wells. Okay, over here. Now let us add the perforations. Okay, same here, well trajectories, and here let me check. Trajectory perforation intervals. We have file for that as well. So read from the file. Okay, we can directly read that from the file. We just need to. I have shown you the file how it looks like, and the unit is, if the unit is not specified in the file. Let's say I have clicked over here. The unit is not specified. So we will be getting a warning messages like that, like this. That means the preparation file does not include unit type. So we have to define the unit. Okay. So here in our case, our unit field unit feet is there. So we have selected that, and selected the file and open. So all this table has been selected and from the file. Okay. Now just click apply and okay. Now what we have done, we have the sure what to say incorporated the well trajectories as well as perforations. Okay. If you zoom in, you can see the positions of the wells, and in 3D view, if you want to see the trajectories, that okay, all the wells has been incorporated in the model. Now, we have some production data available from different wells. Okay, after making the model, we will be simulating the model for a certain period of time, and we will be finding that if we have a production data, what we used to do, we will be going for a history matching. That means if our production data, which we are already having, if in line with the simulation data, then we don't need to worry much about the simulation results. That means we can rely on the simulation results. Let us say if it is not matching with the simulation results, the actual production data is not matching with the simulation results. In that case, we may change, we may for the additional data, or we may change some of the properties which we have already defined, or we may have changed the VVT data or something like that. We may change. Then we will be running the simulation again. Most of the cases we may incorporate additional data from the field or from the other softwares, and all those things we will be doing in order to match with the production data. Okay, then only we are going to get a better reservoir model in order to apply different development schemes for the future development of the particular reservoir. Okay. So let us add the production data to the model. For that, we can add it from import production or injection data. We have an option for that. Okay, we have a data for that. I will show the data file for that. Production history. Okay, here you can find for each and every well, well 1, well 10, well 2, well 3, well 4, well 6. For all the wells, we are having oil rate, water rate, and gas rate, and also corresponding date is also available. You got the point? Okay, so we are just production data into our model. We will do browsing, production history, open, and next. So it has selected, or it has what to say, taken all the values which we have seen in that particular file. But the what to say, CMG does not know how we have those values, numerical values it has taken. But CMG does not know whether it is correct or not. For that, they have please select the start line of actual data. Okay, so we have to select the start line, and also it is suggesting that we select the line containing the first well name. Okay, we have selected that as well. Then we will be clicking next. Okay, so it automatically made a table in the CMG software. That means it can in well 1, this is the oil, this is the what to say, but we can see rate BBL day, oil BBL day, but it is not the correct way. It has taken like a gas rate is there, because it has just separated that particular production history file into a table format. But likewise, if we copy some text file into the Excel file, the exactly the what to say, it may not be aligned at the proper properly, isn't it? So we have to make changes for that. How, let's see how we can make it correct. Okay, that means for date it is fine, there is no issue. But oil also, okay, it's okay, but this is actually the water rate. Here you can see it is not showing the water rate properly, and here we need the gas rate, but we can see here it is water only. Okay, I hope you understand. So we again we need to correctly designate each and everything. Okay, so let us click next for the time being. Next. Okay, so here these are the values that has taken, but the CMG does not know what does it actually mean. So we have to select date. It is selected automatically. There's no issue. It is in correct format. So, but in that file we know the first this oil produced. So we have to select the oil produced, and this column represents the water produced. So we can select the water produced, and this one represents the gas produced. Okay. Water produced. Now click next. Now you can see we have well 1, well 2, well 3, well 4, well 6, well 8, and well 9. All these wells has been matched. But well 5, well 7, and well 9 are not matched. So let us check on the production history. Well 1, it is there. Well 10, it is there. Well 2, it is there. Well 3, it is there. Well 4, it is there. Well 6 is there. Well 8 is there. Well, but there is no production history from well 5, 7, and 9. So we can see these 3 wells are unmatched. We can do that in the later stage. For the time being, let's click finish. Okay, so and these are the simulation dates. We can close this dialog box also. Okay, now we have incorporated the production data as well. Now next thing what we need to do, now let us create average monthly production well data, and let's create a field production history file also. Later we can use this history file, production history file for the history matching application. Okay, so first select the monthly production. For that, what we have to do, we have to get the average production or injection data. Okay, so we can find this is the average production and injection data. Let us convert all this into intervals of every month. Just right click and reset all intervals to every month, because in that it is not necessary for the easiness of our history matching, we are doing this. Okay. At that stage also we can do this one, but we are just doing it to create the file for the history. Now let us click OK. And again close. Now we need to create the file, production history file for the history maps. So we can take it from where it is, trajectory, create field history file. Okay. So let's call this as production history tut. Production history. Okay, there was an extra file, so I am overwriting that. That's fine. Okay, yes, and let's save it one more time. Okay, I have saved that also. Okay, now let us move to the. We have created the history file for the latest stage. Now let us move to the well-defined and constraints. Now we can find we have this many wells, and we don't have any production history for L5. Okay, मैं इस क्लास के बाद आपके साइन कर देता हूँ. Okay, so we have the production history files over here. Sorry, all the wells are shown over here. In this one, you can see well 5, well 7, and well 9 has exclamation mark. Because there is no production data for these things, so we may give data in order to remove that exclamation mark, or we can simply delete those wells. Okay, for this particular example, let us delete the well 5, and we can make well 7 and 9 into injectors. So right clicking on the well 5 and deleting this well. Okay. Now we have exclamation marks on well 7 and well 10. Sorry, well 9. So well 9. Okay, fine. So now let us make the well 7 and 9 as injectors. Okay. Well 7 properties. Click on well 7. ID and type, it's fine, and the type we are making it as injector mob weight. Okay, so we have made it as injector mob weight, and then now moving to the constraints. Okay, do you want to apply changes? Yes. In constraints, we have to make it operate. And we have to give some constraint parameters. Right now, the parameter is we are giving bottom hole pressure, and the maximum value we are defining it as how much 3626 psi 6, and just keep it as repeated. And then we need to define the, as it is an injector, we need to define the injection fluid. We have oil, gas, solvent, seawater. For the particular application, let it be just water. And in options, apply. Okay. In options, for the time being, let us keep it as shut-in condition. Okay, we can change it afterwards. Now we can apply. So we can find we have injector constraint, injector fluid, and shutting. Okay. If you have any doubt, you may please ask now. Otherwise, what we are going to do next is we are copying all these properties to well number. In options, we can define in shut-in, and if we find the only three things we made it. We in ID and type. Well number 7 is already there. If you can change, if you want to change the well name, you can click edit and you can type whatever the name you need, injector 7 or whatever. That is fine. Otherwise, what to say, keep it as well 9. And here we have three options. Producer, it is not a producer. We have injector mob weight and injector unweight. Okay, here we are using injector mob weight. Okay, do you know what is injector mob weight and unweight? Okay, injector mob weight means the injector is supposed to inject into the grid blocks which will be having conite water. Okay, and the calculations will be based on the total what to say mobility. That means we will be considering lambda lambda O, that lambda is mobility, lambda O plus lambda W, and only the injection will be happening to the blocks which will be containing what to say conite water saturation. Okay. If you consider the equation for this mob weight wells will be injector mob weight wells will be like well index into lambda total into delta P. Okay, that means QW will be equal to well index into what is lambda T total into delta P. Because of that delta P only, the injection fluid is going into the reservoir. Okay, and if you consider simpler version is we can just keep it as unweight. In unweight, we are not considering any what to say saturation and all those things. We are just multiplying for the total flow rate of water. That means of water influx. We will be calculating just by multiplying the well index into the delta P. That means QW will be equal to well index into delta P if we are considering unweight, because using these all these equations only the so what to say simulator is going to calculate the what to say frontal advance, all those things. Is it clear now? In one case we are considering the saturation and we are okay, good. Okay, now we just need to, we have the same as well number 7, all the constraints we are going to constraints and all the properties we are going to define all these properties for level 9 also. Okay, so how we can do that? We can for well 9 also we can define all those things. There is individually, there is no issue, but we can simply we can simply select all these well 7 properties, and using to clicking the tools we can copy all this even using the filter, and we can copy to well 9. Okay, just click well 9 over here, and in dates tab we can select the first date, that is this one, and we can just click on search and add. So it has been added, well, and the first date has been added over here. Okay. If you click OK over here, you can see in well number 9 also now this injector constraint, injection fluid, and this shut-in option has been arrived. Okay, so we made all these things, or we have given all these things, but we know we didn't have any perforation or all those things for these two wells. That means well 7 and well 9. So in order to make it flowing, we need to define its position and perforation. Sir, can we choose polymer added water instead of just water? Chandragas, sure, and you are going to have a tutorial on polymer flood as well. Okay, at that time, most probably Amit sir will be discussing the polymer flood. Then you can see how we can apply polymer flood. Okay. Okay, most probably you will be having after this one, you will be having a polymer flood and a surfactant flood and thermal recovery also you will be having, and a composition modeling also you will be having. All these things we are going to discuss in this thing. Actually, if you do it yourself, that will be, excuse me for a second. So extremely sorry for that. Actually, examination is going on. I used to get call from there if there are any problem. Okay. Anyway, sorry for that. Let us continue. Okay, where we were discussing. What were we discussing? Okay, we were okay. Well, number 9 also we have made it. Now we need to define the perforations for this well 7. As we have copied, so we just want to refresh, then the well 9 also will be taken care. Okay, now let us click OK, and let us perforate well 7. Okay. Where it is well 7. Okay. Let us define the perforation for this one. Well completion, perforation. We just want to click on this one. So it is now showing well 1. We don't need to now the well 1. We need well 9. And it is injector move weight. Then we just need to have the completion. Add new, and we have to specify the date. That is the first date. That means in 1991 one that we have already selected our simulation date. Okay. Now perforation. For the perforation, we can have we can denote. Sorry. We can manually click on this cells to in order to give the perforation, or we can type over here. That means let us say now we can have this perforation intervals. Click on here, and or we can add it from here, or we can just using the mouse click we can have the perforations. Let's do it in mouse click way. So in this 1, 2, 3, 4 here I am giving the perforation. Okay. Here I am giving the perforating or completing the well. So let's click one first layer, second layer, and the third layer. On these three layers, I have perforated and make the first layer as surface layer or first layer as the reference layer. Okay, then just click apply and OK. So we made the well, 7th well and 9th well also. So there is no issue with this one, but in dates there is a small issue. I don't understand what is the issue here or here. 31, all the dates are given. Let's validate. If you can find any this thing problems, right now it has to be found simulator keywords except stored after last date. These keywords will be ignored. Okay, no issue. That means we haven't after the last date. If we haven't defined the store, it will be automatically taken care. There is no issue. Okay, the exclamation mark, but I don't need to worry much about that. So if you can't find what is the exact problem over here, because in the tutorial it has given that right now we must get a green tick over here also, but we are not getting the green tick. What we can do that we can validate, then the builder will show what could be the problem and whether it has been ignored, it can be ignored or not, it will be said. Okay, so okay, so we have made the entire model. Okay. Now let us save the file. Okay, and run our model. Then for running, what we can do from here itself, you can run the model, or you can close the window. We have already saved. Let me save it in another name. I will be getting confused because 2 to 1 is there. 2 to 1 2. Okay, let's give its name as 2 to 1 2. Okay, and let's close this one and let's run that one. 2 to 1 2. We have this 2 to 1 2. Let's drag and drop in IMAX, and we don't need to want to schedule it for later. Run immediately and okay. I hope normal termination, there is no issue. Let's say it has been, it is calculating warning is stop keyword is not there, it is okay. So stopping time reached, 0 error, now 0 warning. Because from here, let's say if our model has any problem, if it is not converging or if it is encountering any other problem, here you will be getting some error messages, and there are two small warnings. One warning is stop is not provided, that we have already seen, and simulation run terminated, 0 error, and we are getting at each and every time step we are getting the oil, gas, water production, all those things we are getting. Okay, if it is there is no error and if it is run successfully, we don't need to worry about that. Okay, this is what we need to get. We got that. Now we need to check whether our model is working fine or not. For that, we have already made a file for the history matching. Let us compare our model results with that. The result file which is we are going to use is .irf. It must have generated in this folder itself. Okay, 2 to 1 2.irf. Okay, we need to drag in MRF the every Open field history. This one was, we have made this production history open. So again, one more, let us add production history, oil rate. Okay, so what you can find this in the legend, you can find this is our production history. These dots are the production history, and if you find the oil rate SC from our generated model, it is at different points we have the production history. It is not a continuous line, but our simulation results is going to be a continuous line. Okay, we can see it is exactly matching with our model, but it is in actual cases, in actual reservoir condition, it is not necessary to match exactly with our what to say, production simulator results. Okay, if it is matching, if it is well matching, like in this case, it is very good and fine. Otherwise, we have to incorporate much more properties and much or we may need to change the properties of reservoir and fluid, all those things we have to consider, and we must have a good agreement with the history. Okay, so I hope you understood the entire course till now. Okay, so if you have any doubt, you may please ask now. If everything is clear, please type yes or clear. Actually, in IRF file, let me check, open it in. In IRF file, you can have all these details. Okay. Each and every layer, production history, all these details can be found in IRF file. Amir? And it is actually, we can say it's like a pointer. Actually, the details I'm not sure. All the details will be stored in MRF file. IRF file will be acting like a pointer. I suppose, I'm not sure. But and I think MRF file won't be able to open in Notepad. Let me check. Yeah, it cannot be. And also, if you see the file sizes, this IRF file, where it is, IRF file is only 10 KB. I think okay, it is better to ask Amit sir. He may be able to what to say, explain more about that. Amit sir, is it correct? Amit sir, am I correct regarding IRF and MRF file? Amit sir, are you there? वही है ना?
हमारे को main result file, hierarchy index result file.
That means it is just pointing to the MR file. Okay.
My voice was not audible.
No. Okay, so it is like that only. So I am stopping it for today. Let us continue tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you very much. If you have any doubt, you may please ask. Okay. And also we can have multiple EOR and all those things in upcoming days. Thank you. Thank you very much.